Hey everybody, Greg here. I got another video for you today. I'm actually re-recording this because I talk way too much, and it was like 8 minutes into the video in the last one, and I hadn't even turned the Saber on, so we're going to kind of cut to the chase on this one so I can get some more features in. So, Anthony, your Darth Vader Saber is complete. This was originally installed by Shamim with a prism. Shamim did all the original weathering, yada yada yada. The black tip, the weathering in here, all that fun stuff. And then Anthony sent it over to me so we could upgrade to a Stoke crystal chassis chamber, a Stoke neopixel connector, and then an upgraded battery, and then a Proffie 2.2 board, as well as a couple of modifications here and there. First modification that we're going to go into is this right here. If you can see, there's that slot milled here, which was done by Grant Parker. I'll link his page in my original post, because in the actual prop, this all piece is all one, so we kind of wanted to represent that a little bit more. And then secondly is this little hole you see here was also drilled in, again, to further represent the actual prop. So again, small things that we did to kind of help out, bring the Saber to life a little bit more. Additionally, Anthony, I know you had a bunch of requests that I was happy to do about, we kind of added a volume menu, which I'll go into in a second here, which is with the FET 263 button prop file. Easy enough to add, it's to the Proffie. We added a bunch of force sounds that are going to be some quotes, a handful of like music ambiance tracks, depending on the font that we're on, and so on. So let's not get to 7 minutes, let's just get into this and get to the fun part. So Anthony, you obviously know how to get into this right now. I am going to make one little note. Due to the slot we added here, it changed the way the pressure is on the switch card holder that's underneath here. Nothing bad, nothing serious. If for some reason you notice that this upper button is getting stuck a little bit, take an Allen wrench and then just unscrew the screw in here. Just you don't want to take it off, just unscrew a little bit and you'll hear the button pop out, and then tighten it back down and you'll just find that middle ground. This piece it's working fine right now. It's not loose, it's fine, it's in there really good. But just due to the change of this setup, it just added a small amount of pressure, and that's been known with this switch setup. It happens sometimes. Again, it's a little untightened and then a little kind of finding that middle ground, and you're going to be good to go. Just a note there so you kind of see it. Second, if you want to get into your board, this cover pops off. I'm undecided if we are going to put the little tack of Elmer's glue. I probably will, but this might hold itself in place. And then you have access to your USB port, which can change all your fonts. Or if you want to get into the SD card, you can try and get out with pliers. The USB connector I sent you should fit in here, but if not, you can actually pull these rods. These brass rods come out, and they're pretty flexible, so you can actually bend them to get them out. I'm not going to take this one out, so I'm going to put this guy back in here. But you can take them out very easily if you want to get the board just lifted up, because the board is just sitting in there right now. So I'm going to pop this guy back on. Okay. I'm also giving you a couple of kill keys like this that you see. I 3D printed it. It blends in pretty well with the chassis. Obviously, with the light from the computer, it might look like a slightly different material. It's not professionally printed, so got as close as I could on that. But you can pop this guy out. So, Stoke chassis, and then we have a couple of crystal chamber upgrade parts, as well as we went with a red quartz crystal. Anthony wanted to go full red and only do some effects. He didn't worry about the blue blade or all that fancy stuff. It's going to be Darth Vader Saber, so that's how we're going to kind of keep it here. So with that being said, let's kind of get into this. Anthony, we go over how to go through the volume menu first. And I have a page here on my computer screen underneath the camera. And I'll send you this page, and it has all the different buttons, how it works with this new prop file. But to enter the volume menu, it says just hold and release the aux button while off. So power, aux, we can change it if you'd like to. I'll talk to you after this video. Aux, press and hold while off. You hear that beep, now you're in the power menu. These will cycle up and down, so down, This is going up. This is going down. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit. There we go. And then again, press and hold aux while off. Now you're out of the menu. Easy as that. So let's get into the actual saber. I'm going to show you, obviously, power on, power off, you know. I'm going to show you how to trigger the force sounds that you talked about. And then I'm also going to kind of go through some of them. I'm going to show you how to trigger the tracks that we talked about, go through some of them. And then please note that, again, because of the limitations of the setup, you saw in the video that blasters and blade lockup are what we call localized. And so what we did is there's a feature that FET did with the Proffie profiles, where you can choose a section of the blade, and it basically allows you that as you move the hilt up and down like this, the illuminated section of the blade will move for a lockup to show it moving. So it might not show perfectly in the small blade demo that we show, but it works really well in person. It's incredible. I've sent you some videos kind of outside of this one, so you kind of know what I'm talking about. And at some point for all of my page, I am going to do like a walkthrough of all some of those features, but that's for another time. Anyways, so if you want to start music while the saber is off, it's always to turn it on and off. It's press and hold the power button. So this is some ambiance of the Obi-Wan and Darth. Their fight.
The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
So I'm going to turn that off. And I'll go through what each font has. So we're going to turn this guy on and get going. So now, if you want to turn the music on or off while the saber is on, you have to do it vertically like this. And it's going in the background now. Now it's off. If you do it any other angle, it'll trigger the force sounds that we talked about.
You can't win, Darth. The circle is now complete. Your power is a weak old man. You should not have come back.
And now, obviously, we have our actual movement. And now, see, your crystal's going to light up accordingly, so let me try and trigger some lockup. You can see that blue crystal lighting up. That's one font. I'm going to kind of go through right now and go through a couple of the ambiance you asked me for. So we have 2 Rogue One fonts. We have 1, 2, I'm just going to make sure, 1, 2, 2 A New Hope fonts. So I'm going to go to the second New Hope font right now. So it's called The Learner. I think it's by KSith. And this one has the Death Star hangar ambiance that you asked about. So it's not necessarily anything in particular coming out. It's just Death Star ambiance sound. So I'm going to try and play some of the Force.
Your power is a weak old man. Your power is a weak old man.
Sometimes they do repeat.
Your power is a weak old man.
Okay, I'm not going to keep repeating the same line. I'm going to just kind of all of them, so let's go right here. We're going to go to Hoth.
Reset the chamber of a Skywalker.
Turn on. This is the Hoth ambience. You can hear the wind swirl and all that wonderful stuff. Next track is
Don't make me destroy you.
this is the Bespin one. So this is like a Cloud City Bespin ambiance. And I know, Anthony, you know what they sound like, and they're very long tracks, so I'm not gonna, you know, go through all of them. So the best one, this is the ESP fight. So I'm going to kind of skip past this one because it's just the fight sound, which you didn't ask for. Then we're going to go to
Vader.
This is Vader from our ROTJ. The first one should be Imperial March. There we go. So your Imperial March going on.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
Okay, I'm done with that. But anyway, so this one is going to light up green. Again, so give you some of that green lockup in there. Turned off the track there.
There is no conflict.
One of my favorite quotes, actually.
Obi-Wan has taught you well.
So that, and then the funniest one
Your skills are complete.
is this ambiance. Just, it's called Darth Ouch.
Lord Vader.
Oops, I skipped past it, sorry. It was Darth Ouch, so that was a joke is how I named it. Where it's just wheezing the entire time, so you can play through the font as much as you want. Both of those ROTJs with the same font, but again, it's just Vader wheezing. Let me toss a blade in here real quick so you can get a little bit more of a look. I'm going to do that with the pommel on, just so we can kind of keep it a little bit safer. Anthony, obviously, please do not do full contact dueling with the pommel off. I know you're smart enough, so I know you're not going to do that. But I have to tell people, because I've had people come to me with destroyed sabers because they decided to go dueling with a pommel off, and their crystal chamber exploded on them. Not battery-wise, I meant like it fell to shit. Anyways, please don't do that. Please keep the pommel on if you're going to duel with this, and you know that. So, I'm going to pop a blade here. It's any 7/8" blade. I'm going to tighten this guy down here. I'm just going to make sure I don't hit my computer. It should be good to go. I think it's in tight enough. There we go. So I see, I'm going to try and just show us a little more. So see, for this one I did add a tip flare. We can take this off. So watch as it comes up the saber. You're going to see a white tip on it. Just kind of, it helps fill that out really well. But then after that, obviously, you just have your and then, so I might be able to show it, so you kind of see this as I move it, and I really wish I could show it. It's just so hard with the limited space, but so that's one of the that is one of the Rogue One fonts. I'm gonna go to another one.
Prepare a boarding point. Escape is not his plan.
So
I must face him alone.
so both Rogue Ones are white, so I'm going to go to the blue one now. It's got that nice tip where it really pulses up in there. So. You have a nice blue lock up here. And then blue flashes. And then it kind of is nice because as you do that, it fades to like a purple in there. Because of the fact that it's also the blue and the red.
impressive. Vader.
So this is going to be R2J because it's got some green in it.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Don't. So this one's got some green blasters, some green clashes, and some green lockup there. So there we go. Trying to just let me take this back out so we can display it for the end of the video. Anthony, I know this Saber took a little bit longer than we had originally planned on. Not too much longer, but still longer than I was originally talking to you about. Who doesn't want to see that crystal pulsing for the end of the video? Look at that, it's almost like I know what I'm doing. Listen, I know this took a little bit longer than we had planned, and I appreciate you kind of sticking with me. You were a fantastic customer. You didn't have a single complaint. You had some really awesome ideas, and honestly, some of the things that you asked me to do helped me learn as well. So like the fact that you wanted this ambiance, and that's something I didn't ever think of. And it's funny because I use it, like I use the Rogue One hallway scene, but I never thought of adapting that to something like fights and stuff like that. So again, really cool idea. The milling and stuff like that are kind of cool to. I'm a huge MK1 and Obi-Wan Saber fan, so I know kind of the ins and outs of that. But it's cool to learn the little nuances of the Episode 6 Vader prop as well, because I don't really look into Vader that much. Like I said, so I appreciate the things that you asked me to do for your Saber, because it also helps me grow as an installer. I never had done a button change on the Saber, and I don't mean button change on the wires. I mean, there's a whole program you can add to it that'll kind of change the way it works. And I didn't have to do that before, and again, it didn't take too long, but again, it forced me to learn it. So I appreciate you just as much as every other customer, but I appreciate it especially because you've kind of added in that extra flair that really brought some fun to this build that, not that other builds aren't fun, but you know what I'm saying. It added that little extra wow factor to it. So, like I said, I really appreciate it. I do hope you love this. If there's ever any issues, you always can get in contact with me. You have my cell, you have my email, you have whatever you need from me. And like I said, and I hope it all works out. I hope you love it. And I hope that I don't ever see it again, not because I don't want to, but because I don't ever want to see it in here for repair. But if I have to, again, like I said, you know where I am, all right? So thank you guys, and I hope you have a great night.